Fellas, let's be real. Women won't tell you when they want you in bed, but their actions will give them away every time. The problem? Most guys are clueless when it comes to reading the signs. Maybe she's been getting touchy, sending you late-night texts, or dropping hints about your scent. But if you're still wondering, is she just being nice? You're missing out. That's why today, I'm breaking down 10 dead giveaway signs that she's not just into you. She's waiting for you to take her to bed. If you catch even 2 or 3 of these, you need to make your move, because trust me, she's already made up her mind. So listen up, pay attention, and stop second-guessing. Let's get into it. 10. She compliments your appearance in a personal way. A woman complimenting you isn't always a clear-cut sign of attraction, but when her words feel more intimate or personal, you need to pay attention. If she casually says, "Nice shirt," that's one thing. But if she takes it a step further with something like, "That color really brings out your eyes," or "I love how your beard makes you look rugged," that's a different level of interest. The key distinction is that a woman who is subtly drawn to you will find ways to highlight things about your appearance that feel more personal. Instead of generic compliments, she'll zero in on traits that evoke masculinity, your scent, how you carry yourself, or even something about your body. For example, if she says, "You've got strong hands," she's subconsciously linking you to touch and intimacy. If she tells you, "I love the way you walk, it's so confident," she's admiring the way you move as a man. These aren't just compliments, they're hints. What should you do? When she compliments something physical, hold eye contact, smile, and acknowledge it with confidence. Let her know you noticed. This keeps the flirtation going without overplaying it. 9. Her leg brushes against yours, and she doesn't move it. Touch is a universal language of attraction, but here's where it gets interesting. Women are incredibly aware of physical proximity. They don't just randomly brush against someone without noticing, and if they do, they instinctively adjust, unless they don't want to. Picture this. You're sitting next to her at a bar, on a couch, or in a booth, and her leg presses lightly against yours. It's subtle, but here's the moment of truth. Does she move away? If she stays put, she's comfortable with the contact, and that's a huge sign. Women use these micro touches to test the waters. If she feels comfortable enough to stay in contact with you, even for just a moment, it means she enjoys your presence on a physical level. If she leans in more, presses against you again, or allows your knees to stay touching, she's telling you she's into it without using words. Your next move? Match her energy. You don't need to escalate right away, but you should hold your ground. Let the physical contact linger naturally. If she initiates again, you're in. 8. She adjusts her sitting position to expose her inner thighs. Here's where we get into the primal signs of attraction. Most people don't realize this, but when a woman exposes the inner part of her thighs, it's a subconscious display of vulnerability and openness, a silent invitation for intimacy. Think about this. When people are uncomfortable, they close their bodies off, crossing their arms, keeping their legs tight together, or turning slightly away. But when a woman is attracted to you, her body does the opposite. If you're sitting together and she shifts her legs to a more open position, slightly angles her thighs towards you, or subtly adjusts her dress to draw your eyes, she's making a calculated move. A bonus sign? If she smooths out her skirt, runs her hands along her thighs, or does anything that subtly calls attention to her lower body, she's inviting you to notice her curves. How should you respond? Acknowledge her shift with a confident glance, but don't immediately drop your gaze to her legs like a nervous teenager. Hold eye contact, smirk, and let the moment breathe. 7. She casually mentions your scent or says, "You smell good." Scent is one of the most powerful triggers of attraction, and women are wired to respond to it more than most men realize. When a woman tells you, "You smell good," she's doing more than just paying a casual compliment. She's taking in your natural pheromones and responding to them. Women's attraction is heavily influenced by scent, and when they pick up on one they like, it sparks something deeply primal. If she leans in closer when she mentions it, takes a second inhale, or playfully lingers in your space, she's reacting to your presence on a chemical level. Let's break it down. If she's just being polite, she might say something like, "That's a nice cologne." But if she's attracted to you, she'll say it in a way that feels more personal. Something like, "You always smell so good," or "I love that scent on you." What's your move? If she mentions your scent, step in slightly closer, smile, and lower your voice just a bit. If she stays put or leans in, the chemistry is real. 6. She mirrors your movements. Mirroring is one of the strongest nonverbal indicators of attraction, and most people don't even realize they're doing it. When someone is truly engaged with another person, they unconsciously sync up their body language as a way of building rapport and connection. Here's how it works. If you shift in your seat and she adjusts in the same way, it's not random. If you take a sip of your drink and she follows a second later, it's a sign that her body is in tune with yours. Mirroring happens because, on a subconscious level, we tend to reflect the actions of those we're drawn to. It's a natural way for humans to create harmony and connection. Here's how to test it. Subtly change your posture. If she follows, she's engaged. Scratch your neck, shift your weight, or cross your arms. See if she mimics it. If she's mirroring your energy, she's subconsciously trying to align with you. So what should you do? Keep leading. If she's following your movements, she's already invested in the interaction. Push it forward with confident touches and controlled, smooth body language. 5. She texts you late at night. You know what it means when she's texting you at midnight, right? It's not because she suddenly remembered to ask about your day. If she's hitting you up late at night when she's in bed, lights off, scrolling through her phone, it means you're on her mind in the exact moment she's feeling something. Women don't just text guys randomly at that hour. If she wanted casual conversation, she'd message you in the afternoon. If she wanted emotional support, she'd call her best friend. But she's not doing that. She's reaching out to you. Maybe she keeps it light with a can't sleep. What are you up to? Or maybe she drops something playful like, I feel like you're the kind of guy who gets into trouble at night. She's not saying it outright, but the vibe is clear. And this is where so many guys mess up. They either ignore it completely, which is like slamming the door in her face, or they respond like a friend, keeping the convo safe and dry. If she's testing the waters, you don't hit her back with, ha ha ha, yeah, crazy night, huh? No, you lean in, you match her energy. Maybe you say, trouble? I don't know, you'd have to find out for yourself. If she keeps responding, she's waiting for you to take the lead. This isn't the time to hesitate. If she's keeping the conversation going past midnight, she's giving you an open invitation to escalate the connection. 4. She asks about your relationship status. Women don't ask about your dating life just for fun. If she's bringing up your exes, asking if you're seeing someone, or even better, playfully accusing you of being a player, she's trying to figure out where she stands. Maybe she hits you with something like, so are you one of those guys with a different girl in every city? Or bet you have girls sliding into your DMs all the time, huh? Now, if you don't know better, you might think she's just making small talk. But listen, this is not small talk. This is her trying to figure out if she's in the running. And here's where most guys blow it. They either panic and overshare, spilling their entire relationship history like they're on a therapy couch, or they give the most boring, dry answer possible. Yeah, I'm single. Wrong. That's a dead end. Instead, you keep it playful. If she's bringing up your dating life, it means she's interested. And if you play it right, you can turn up the tension. Maybe you hit her with, I don't know, I might have a type, but I haven't decided if you fit it yet. Now suddenly she's the one wondering where she stands. The more invested she is in your dating life, the more she's already picturing where she fits into it. 3. She invites you to spend time in private. If she invites you into a one-on-one setting, you need to understand exactly what's happening here. Women don't just casually suggest, let's hang out at my place instead, if they aren't at least open to something happening. If she just wanted to catch up, she'd invite you out somewhere, or she'd make it a group thing. But no, she's saying, let's grab a drink at my place, or we should watch that movie at your apartment instead of the theater. Come on, man. She's not asking you over to show you her furniture. Now, here's where guys either ruin the moment by hesitating or they rush it and make it awkward. You have to read the energy. If she's inviting you into a more private setting, she's already comfortable with the idea of being alone with you. That doesn't mean you jump on her the second you walk in the door. You let things build naturally. If she's made the move to bring you into her personal space, she's already opening the door. You just have to walk through it with confidence. 2. She closes the space between you. Women don't need to say a word for you to know they're into you. It's all in the way they move. If she's constantly finding ways to be close, standing right next to you when there's plenty of room, brushing against you at every opportunity, leaning in whenever she talks, that's not an accident. The real test? Step back slightly, just an inch, see what happens. If she follows, if she leans back in, if she keeps that space minimal, she's instinctively drawn to you. Maybe you're sitting next to her, and suddenly, her leg is pressed against yours. Maybe she doesn't even move away. You think that's random? No chance. If she's staying that close, it's because she wants to be. If you're getting these signals, don't just sit there frozen. Hold your ground. Keep that tension going. If she's already breaking that personal space barrier, she's waiting for you to take the next step. 1. She teases you to build sexual tension. This is the ultimate test. If she's challenging you, teasing you, playfully disagreeing with you, she's not arguing. She's flirting. Maybe she says something like, "Oh, please, you couldn't handle a girl like me." She's baiting you. She wants to see if you'll bite. And this is where guys either get defensive or miss the moment completely. She's not trying to put you down. She's trying to create tension. So what do? You lean in. If she says, "I don't know, I think you're trouble," you smirk and say, "You have no idea." If she hits you with, "I don't date guys like you," you grin and say, "Yet." Women tease because they want to see if you can keep up. They're testing your confidence, if you can play back. If you can keep that energy alive, she's already yours. Women communicate attraction without words. If you're not paying attention, you'll miss the signs and lose opportunities. But now you have the knowledge to read between the lines. Your move? If you recognize multiple signs, make your move with confidence. So, what's the most obvious sign a woman has given you? Drop a comment below.